You know, so he don't have to know I'm Rico. I'm a man and a human being. I come from a different country. Like I read in the papers days ago that I is the one that charges. Well, I'm going to tell him this. And I'm going to tell everybody that is in this school today. And everybody that sees me play this game of baseball knows me well. I'm not out on the street looking for fight with no one. I'm not out on the street charging another one for a color of his skin. You all want me to tell you why? It's never been in the paper. My grandfather's a white man, and I'm not sorry to say. I'm proud of it. That fellow standing out there, his father's a white man. And in my country do not exist prejudiceness, not because of the color of a man's skin.
In fact, this is the only case that I ever remember handling where two young police officers, for all practical purposes, took the Fifth Amendment. I don't recall ever seeing that happen again.
You didn't like
I don't know of any excuse why a young police officer should take the Fifth Amendment before the chief of police. All I asked him to do was tell the truth. If the truth hurt him, I was sorry. And I would still try to help him, but I had to have the truth. And they convinced me that they weren't telling the truth. They've stood here and convinced me tonight they're not telling the truth. Next meeting, you say?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I talked to someone in the office today, and they said to allow 8.
Refused to be handcuffed?
For me? No, he took it off his own self.
What about,
He took it off his own self. After I told him I was Rico, and he realized that I was Rico, he jumped.
Smith.
Brought to my, I could sense that someone was approaching me, and when I had turned around, I observed a white subject coming from the front of my police car, and another colored subject, rather large colored subject, coming from the rear of my police car. As I got fully turned around to face them, I was getting up off the ground and coming forward towards the nigger. I pushed the large man back and I told him to cool it, I'd handle it. He said something to the effect that he couldn't say that to me, he couldn't call me that. And they got in it again.
Four.
There was a remark made about the niggers were harassing us, at which time the large subject, he said, "Who are you calling a nigger?" And swung, striking the subject. I jumped between the two subjects, pushed them back.
I was down on the ground, and all three of them was hitting me. So when they hit me about the 5th time, I said, I'm Rico. So this one decided to say, he ain't no damn Rico. And then this cop that was hitting me, that slapjack in my face, said, who the hell cares who he is?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was really fair because the mayor and the chief, they kind of indicted them before the hearing.
I think the grand jury ought to decide.
So if it's true, if the charges are true, something should have been done.
Didn't the mayor say he was going to fire him? I think we better hold our comments until after the FOP meeting Saturday morning. We will decide then what actions the police department shall take against it.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I think it was a beautiful thing and a beautiful decision because, I'll just say, for an instance, had it been a black policeman had beat a white man like that, had it been me, say, for an instance, I'd probably be doing time now, see.
I'm very pleased. I'm happy because the policeman has a big responsibility, and when he blows it, when he screws up and brutalizes someone, acts the wrong way, then he ought to pay for it. And I'm glad that these men were discharged.
It was either shoot him. That was, I believe,
And then
was
you were
110.
called in the next
Then I was called in by Superintendent Ball at about 10:30 the next morning to come down and make a